Hey there, Reflectors! Thanks for joining me today for your intuitive reading. If you're new to the channel, I do my readings based on the 5 human design types. I use tarot, oracle cards, and sometimes runes, and the readings are non-date specific. So if you feel like this message resonates with you, then it's your message at this time. All right, let's get started. So it sort of feels like maybe you've been going through a difficult time. You've sort of lost a little bit of hope, a little bit of trust. You've been looking at your cup. This is the singers of the chalice. You've been looking at it like this, and it's like, my cup's empty. It's not overflowing with abundance, and there is a real need here for you to find your way with this lack of trust that things are going to go right, that things are going to go your way. You're looking for this fixed star here to lead you out of the woods, lead you where you need to go, lead you to where you should be. You're looking for clarity, you're looking for direction. Sometimes when we're having a hard time, it's like we just beg for some little anchor in our life that provides a sense of security or aid. You're trying to make your way through the chaos. You're trying to find, like I said, direction, find your way. And finding this fixed star, which, by the way, you always have access to, leads you to renewal, a state of renewal, regeneration. One thing that can help is having gratitude for things even before they show up in your awareness. So give thanks for things that you need, that you want, before they even show up, before they even appear. The Green Woman advises you to be bold and persevere through this time of adversity. There is a sense that you are growing, you are maturing, and your self-confidence is on the rise, even though it may not seem like it. This could just be your wisdom coming in, your access to the other world coming in. This could also be a teacher. This also comes in sort of as like Merlin, like a Merlin Arthur dynamic, you know? Merlin as the teacher, teaching the ways of the other world, of the esoteric, of magic. It is this asking you to apply the wisdom of the other world, of the esoteric, to your everyday life as a way to help you through what you've what has been challenging you. Your confidence is growing. It is building somewhere deep inside, and you're preparing for new projects, new relationships, and new ways of living your life. The Green Man, oh, it's interesting, I didn't realize we had the Green Man and the Green Woman. That's preparing you. You know, it's on the fire, it's brewing, it's marinating. There is a requirement here for you to face something that you fear, something that blocks you, that is an illusion. So it's time to reach under that bed and realize that there's no monsters under there. I don't know if you've ever played a video game where sometimes you get to the end of the level and you have to beat some big bad character. You know, let's say it's Mario and you have to beat King Koopa. Beating that bully, that character allows you to proceed to the next level. So that's kind of what's going on here. You realize that King Koopa's not that bad. He's not that impossible to beat. What you thought was a threat, what you thought was scary. Sometimes the unknown for us is scary. It doesn't have to be an actual person. It can be a situation. It can just be what we do not know, what we have not experienced. We all like to feel like we're good at something. Like when we have a foundation, when we have knowledge, it makes us feel confident that we can succeed. And when we move into an area that we haven't yet sussed out, haven't experienced, you know, some fears and some insecurities arise. This is a good time to face those and clear those. Which brings me to my next card, Clearance. So there's a need to, you know, there's a fire here. They're clearing out the area, whether it's to maybe they're planting for the next season, or you know, like it has to be cleared first, or maybe they're building a home, you know, in this forest, and you need to clear out a little area for that to happen. You know, it's all overgrown with vines and debris. You have to clean that up and allow there to be space for something new to come in. So that's really where you're at, is clearing out these blockages, clearing out the clutter, and this can show up in a lot of ways. So it could come up in your physical area that you live in, your home, your workplace, something like that. It could be your physical body. So maybe, you know, haven't really been eating what your body's been asking for. Maybe you haven't been getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, etc. Could be any number of things. Maybe you have been avoiding, but knowing that you need to ground yourself, maybe connect through meditation, through something that puts you in a flow state. It doesn't have to be meditation, it can be other things. Maybe you like to go for long runs, and it sort of helps you switch off your logical brain and just connect. Slowing down the chatter, the mental chatter, that helps. It could be any number of things, so something to explore, to investigate. And lastly, all of this is leading up to a time of rebirth for you. You're going to be able to come back stronger and better than before. I think that the challenges that we face in our lives always lead us to being a better version of ourselves. The wisdom that we acquire through these moments of adversity are incredible activators, initiators into new wisdom, and it also really allows us to have compassion for others when they're going through difficult things. If we always lived our life in a bubble where nothing bad ever happened, and you encountered other people who went through troubled times, you would not be able to relate to them whatsoever. It just wouldn't make sense because that's not your experience. So as difficult as it is, it does serve a purpose, and it is pushing you through to a new place. This rebirth is bringing you into a new state of confidence. That is the biggest word I can take away from this reading, is this growth of confidence. It came up a number of times. So really hone in on that and build upon that. It's going to be a really powerful time for you. I think, the other thing is, when it comes to confidence and challenges, when sometimes we have these fears about the things that we're facing, are we going to win? Are we going to succeed? Are we going to be duped? Are we going to be fooled? Are we too vulnerable, etc. When we come out the other side, when you overcome that thing, not only do you gain wisdom, not only do you gain compassion, but there is a huge boost in self-confidence. One thing I can share is that I went through a really tumultuous 2 months, or near 2 months, with a friend. We were traveling all over the world and working on a project, or trying to work on a project. And she had some mental health issues that she was not taking seriously, took no accountability for, and had a really huge effect on the people that we encountered in these places that we were visitors of, in a very negative way. It made it very challenging for me to navigate, to know what was right, what I should do, how I should handle things. And before that period of time, I was very hesitant, very scared to travel alone, which is why as soon as I had the chance to travel with a friend, I jumped on it because, it was really scary to be on my own and going to places where I didn't speak the language, where things were completely foreign to me and how things operate. So when my friend and I parted ways and I spent the next, 2 or 3 weeks traveling on my own, it was unbelievable, the contrast. It was so easy. It was incredibly easy to just manage myself and my energy and really create what I wanted to experience by what I brought to the table, and not having to constantly manage the situation that I really couldn't control. It really gave me the confidence to do what I wanted to do initially anyways, and I'm so thankful for that experience because now it's one of my favorite things to do, and every time you come back feeling like you can pat yourself on the back and be like, wow, it's so cool that you did that. It's like that's once in a lifetime. And if you had held on to those fears, if you hadn't been faced with that adversity, you never would have learned how strong you truly were. So take that with you, and I hope that you are finding more and more confidence every day. Thanks for stopping by. Share any comments if this message resonated with you, and I'll talk to you next time.